is CNN.
Meeting the need for low-cost homes in the 21st century is going to take a lot of new technology and a lot more. Next, several different approaches in a special edition of Science and Technology Week. Here's Miles O'Brien.
A new construction material that's tough, lightweight, fire retardant, and cheap. We'll show you how it's made. And housing is more than just buildings. We'll show you what else goes into creating low-cost homes for the 90s and beyond. Hello, I'm Miles O'Brien. There is a need in the United States for housing that's inexpensive but still pleasant and safe. On today's show, we'll look at a few of the ways technology is helping to meet that need and at some innovative ideas for providing good, low-income housing. Providing decent housing for low-income people is sometimes the inspiration for new technology. For example, construction panels that are easy to assemble into tough, well-insulated houses. Ann Kellen reports.
Former President Jimmy Carter last year joined Habitat for Humanity volunteers in the Liberty City section of Miami, Florida. Their goal, to build 14 low-cost houses and a daycare center in a week. The project featured a unique housing material made of lightweight foam board surrounded by wire mesh, easy as twisting or stapling to assemble, and sprayed with a thick coating of concrete. That same material was used to build this home in Brunswick, Georgia, another project by Habitat for Humanity.
Dante, Tremaine, come eat.
It offered Deborah Nunley a place out of the project where she could raise her 3 sons, 11-year-old Dante, Tremaine, who's 8, and 3-year-old Demario.
I filled out an application with Habitat for Humanity to get a house. It was like a dream come true. I was so excited. I couldn't believe it. Even when I moved here, I still, in the nighttime, I used to get up. I said, now, if I'm here, I'm just dreaming this.
Inside the walls of Deborah's house are panels similar to these. It's an unusual manufacturing process devised by an Austrian company, EVG. The panels are made in the United States at this factory in Brunswick, Georgia.
This is a very, very unique way to create a strong and durable, long-lasting building with using very inexpensive panel.
An economic advantage not lost on builders in developing countries.
There's 2 machines in Algeria, and there are several machines planned elsewhere in the world. Plus, we now have a joint venture taking shape down in Mexico, so a machine will be in place in Mexico very soon.
Recycled steel and recycled pre-cut polystyrene panels are literally woven together at the factory.
We load our machine with polystyrene. We send that down through the center of the machine. We then introduce welded wire mesh from each side.
To reinforce that wire mesh, truss wires are automatically welded through the panels. Unlike other panel systems that have rough surfaces or panels that move in and out of the wires, this factory-made panel system is smooth, uniform, and rigid, and they can be quickly cut to order.
We can make a 4-foot by 10-foot panel in as little as 45 seconds.
Panels like these were shipped to the construction site in Miami, where they were put in place by the supervised volunteers. The Miami project is typical of building methods used with the panels.
We then cut all the openings, doors, windows, and we put the appropriate header material in place, whether it's wood or whether we're going to put a conventional roof or a roof out of this panel. We put our electrics and plumbing behind this mesh, so it's concealed and it's encapsulated in concrete. And we do all of that before we spray our concrete on it. Anybody could build that house. It is that simple. It just doesn't take a nuclear scientist to put this together.
This building material looks a lot like styrofoam, but it's very different. This is called modified expanded polystyrene. The biggest difference? It doesn't burn like styrofoam does. In this demonstration, once styrofoam is lit, it continues to burn. When the modified polystyrene is lit, it burns too, but as soon as the flame is removed, the fire goes out. And according to West, the panel system provides insulation. Deborah Nunley has noticed a big savings in her electric bill since she moved to this house from her apartment in the project.
My electric bills used to be like maybe $80 a month. Last month was $60.68. And this money is $48.16.
And West says the panel and concrete combination is much stronger and more versatile than concrete alone. The thickness of the concrete can vary, and the surface can be made to look like adobe or even brick. And West estimates a savings of between 10 to 40% over conventional building materials.
For decent, affordable, low-cost housing can get a boost from state-of-the-art computers, innovative planning, and high-tech building materials. But often the success of a project finally comes down to people. The people who build it and the people who call it home.